Analyzing the commercial, we believe the best man can be. The rhetorical situation we're going to start with a historical context. The Gillette commercial, We Believe the Best Man Can Be, was launched on January 13, 2019. The commercial's main message was to pay attention to society issues. The Gillette Company was created in 1901 under the name American Safety Razor Company. 1989, their slogan, We Believe the Best Man Can Get, was all about on how to be a real man. 2019 was the year of social awakening. They launched the commercial along with the movement called Me Too. 2018, the commercial We Believe the Best Man Can Be instead of We Believe the Best Man Can Get. Gillette commercials had a lot of criticism during the main message of sexism. The audience was targeted mainly with every man's stage of their life, age, and social status. It not only reached men but women, elderly people, and children. It was a controversy, which made Gillette sales decrease. Also, the commercial tries to address sexism, bullying, and fragile masculinity. That's the purpose of the commercial. It achieves this by teaching men and boys to stand up against bullying and sexism. The beliefs and values of the video are based on fight against bullying and sexism by stopping the friends from harassment and do not laugh at sexist jokes. Their main argument is to raise children with awareness in order to achieve a society without these issues named before. Change the way society believes in what man has to be. The thesis statement is through evocative narrative and dramatic music, Gillette exposed the issues named before. The rhetorical appeals are pathos, first, shame, when laughing at offensive sexist jokes, when pretending harassment is okay, while watching someone get attacked and do nothing. This is the first emotion that the commercial appeals through pathos. Also disappointment while watching that kids are being insulted via text message and we do nothing. Watch that parents allow children fight because boys will be boys. Pride when the father reaches the kids and tells them that's not the way we treat each other. When the guy tells his friends that it's not too cool to harass a girl. When men stop laughing at sexist jokes. Tranquility to see that people are getting aware that boys need to be raised correctly because they are the men of tomorrow. Also, they try to connect with the audience, and it appeals in tranquility to see that people are getting aware that boys need to be raised correctly. For example, there is a commonly gathering, commonly in American society, also recognizing themselves in other. They use different men of different race, religion, and races. It is the way that connects with the audience and makes it something familiar for the audience. Make them feel protected, make them feel heard, make the audience connect with the commercial. Also, pathos is achieved through narrative. The background voice effect questions the audience about men's behavior throughout decades. Visual effects, camera angles zoom faces and reveals dramatic tone of the commercial. Low lighting emphasizes faces that reveals the importance of the precise scene. They reflect in the mirror, questioning themselves that it has been too far long. Links people to the feeling of a harsh statement that need to be solved and most of the society is guilty of. Low lighting and embracement of faces make people feel empathy for others and see themselves in the commercial, make people feel heard. Also, when talking about ethos, we talk about extrinsic ethos. The Gillette Company has been studying men since the beginning for launching successful campaigns. That's why it's a reliable source when talking about how society acts and knowing society. Also, intrinsic ethos talk about the credibility inside the commercial. Use examples of how the problem evidences in real life. It shows reporters in charge of communicating worldwide the problematic that is hitting the society. Also evidences chats to prove that bullying is real. Uses antique TV shows that are real and commercials that emphasize sexism. It also embraced Gillette's change of perspective, with the question is this the best men can get? Approaching to their sexist previous commercials and talking about how their previous commercial hurt the society. Also, when talking about logos, we talk about how it uses evidence in order to demonstrate that society allows bullying, toxic masculinity throughout TV commercial, music videos, and TV shows. News reporters around the world start to talk about these previous issues, as we can see in the video. We also want to mention that Kairos, for example, talk about when is the perfect time to act and do the correct thing. 2019 was the year of protests in the United States, where migration became an everyday situation. Bullying was exceeding its normal ranges. People decided they needed a change. The commercial is launched at the perfect moment to raise the men of the future. Here we can see some images that says that we can start small by doing peace and by accepting everyone around us and stop having toxic masculinity, bullying, and sexism. As a matter of conclusion, I will believe that in 2018 was a great year in order to understand that society needs to change. I believe that the Me Too movement is super important in order to promote peace and respect among men and among society. Also, the target appeal is men from all ages, but also it appealed to my emotions in order to believe that society is able to change and that we will not be able to have these issues anymore. As everyone knows, Gillette built a reputation of sexist jokes and is trying to not embrace toxic masculinity and embrace change. Also appeal through emotions such as tranquility, empathy, guilt, through pathos. Also, it demonstrates with evidence through logos, showing news reporters, and for example, when talking about Kairos, it appealed also to when is the correct time to do something right, to avoid believing in these stereotypes that men will be men, and stop making excuses that will no longer be accepted in our society.